for Security Studies and joins us live now from Dakar. Oluwole, thank you very much for your time. Now, this isn't unusual for Nigeria. Who's behind these mass abductions and why are they so common?
Yes, they are so common because of the failure of governance over the years, which has allowed different armed groups to evolve within ungoverned spaces. And the previous one happened in the northeastern part of the country, which can be easily traced to the terrorist groups operating in that country. But the most recent one, which happened within the last few hours, is it took place within the northwestern part of the country, an area that has been dominated by a loose groups of armed groups that are popularly regarded as bandits. And their overarching objective is to profit from these kidnapping through ransom payments that they are able to receive.
And Oluwole, it's a decade since Boko Haram's mass kidnapping of the Chibok girls back in 2014. How has Nigeria tried to tackle the issue?
Well, most of the times government claim that they are tackling the issue by mobilizing kinetic military response to the challenge. But what we found is that the military operative has been stretched lean within the country, that they are now mostly engaged in almost 90% land cover state within the country, which actually speaks to the challenge of policing, in which what we now find now is the core duty of police being undertaken by the military. They can't be everywhere, and it creates opportunities for these criminal groups to be able to evade security and carry out their operations across board. And the second thing is that these looks criminals are also copying the operational methodology that terrorist groups like Boko Haram have perfected over the years to possibly malign the state, undermine the states, and also source for funding for their terrorist activities.
And this latest mass abduction comes just a day after dozens of women and children were feared kidnapped in the northeast. Why are they continuing to target women and children, particularly in the north?
The primary reason is because of their vulnerability. They can't really mount resistance. And these recent one, which targeted to school children, the objective is to malign the state and make a lot of media propaganda about it. That is going to probably force the hand of the state to quickly come into the negotiation table, and probably also the parent parting away with some ransom that is going to allow these people to be able to source for funding. The second objective is probably when you find school children like this, the objective might also be for conscription, and then possibly turn them to child soldiers that can make the rank of the criminal groups to swell.
Oluwole, thank you very much for your time. Oluwole Ojewale speaking to us live there from Dakar.
Thank you so much for having me.